My name is Cornell Johnson. You're on the Moral Compass. Listen, I'm here with the magnificent uh, Menoosha today, and she's live from London, England. Hey, London, England in the house. That's right. Yeah,
Actually, I'm right now. I'm in France.
you're in France, okay?
Right now, yeah.
Live in France. And so, her music is off the chain. We're getting ready to start the show. And so let me stop talking so much so we can start the show. I'm going to run this video. Once again, we are back with the Magnificent Menoosha. Menoosha is a singer-songwriter from Cameroon, Central Africa. She was nominated for the BEFFTA Award in London as the Best International Act in 2011. Her single, Talk to Me, Sweet Thing, from the album Satellite Brown Chick, reached number 14 on the UK soul charts in February 2017. Her project band, Menoosha and Friends, is a formation of high quality international musicians and can be booked for all occasions, corporate events, galas, weddings, and other private parties. They are most active in Germany, rather, but also play across Europe and worldwide. Styles include soul, R&B, gospel, funk, jazz, and Afro with a touch of pop. And we do have her live in person today. Live in the flesh is Menoosha. Menoosha, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Absolutely great. No complaints at all.
No complaints. How's the weather out there in France today?
Well, today has been drizzling a bit, kind of like in the UK. So we had UK weather in France.
UK weather in France. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm out here in South Carolina, United States. So, it's been a bit chilly the last couple days now,
Yes.
but it's wintertime, so it should be. And it's about time for Santa Claus to come. So are you ready for Santa Claus?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I can hear the jingle jangles. So now we're going to go ahead and start the interview. And I'll ask you first, Menoosha, what was it like growing up in Abidjan, the Ivory Coast, or Cameroon, Africa?
So I barely actually lived in Cameroon. I spent most of my life, part of my life, let's say, in the Ivory Coast, and it was just beautiful, nice sun, nice people, good food, some life lessons as a child, just that. I mean, we think life is different for African children, but it's just the same thing. It's just that the setting is a bit more tropical. That's all. So I had a good childhood. I can't complain. I really can't complain. Yeah.
Awesome. Your early musical influences were your parents and your auntie BB Manga. What were those times like?
Oh, it was so beautiful. My auntie Bebe Manga, she was quite known in the scene in Central Africa as well as West Africa, especially. And there was a time she spent in our house temporarily, and I used to just be in awe, just listening to her sing. She had a vibrato, like that vibrato was tight. I'm like, I want to sing like that, And she saw that in me. She was like, that child wants to sing. She told my mom, that child wants to sing. Let's get her to sing. And she put me in myself and my sister, she put us in a children's group called Les Oiseaux du Monde. That's French for birds of the world. We were 30 plus children between 8 and 12, singing, dancing, acting sometimes. And those were very formative years for me, very much. A lot of
Aw-
fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My next question was, when did you know you wanted to be a singer? And I would guess right now it's those
Oh yeah.
times.
Yeah, as early as those days. In those days, actually, it's my auntie that told me that I would spend all my time drawing singers. That's all I drew. Singers on stage, a microphone, anything related to performance. That's what I would draw. So, and I was about 7, 8 at the time. So that's when, that's when she told me, yeah, it was clear that you want to sing. So yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So we're gonna pause for just a second. We're gonna listen to some Menoosha music. I'm gonna let you get that flavor that I got. I discovered just going across Facebook and met Menoosha on Facebook, and man, this I said, whoa, I have to interview her. But you got to check out this Menoosha music. We're gonna check out the first clip. We're gonna check out is "Touching My Hair." So check this out.
Under the baobab tree, we fed on love and poetry. Scent of the earth mixed with his. There was sun kiss, and there was pure bliss.
There's no place I'd rather be than here with you, touching my hair, thinking of the things to be. I'm here with you, touching my hair. Take me next to you, my beloved. Scent of you delirious. Keep me next to you, my beloved. Loving you is serious. I'm a broken soul. God will make me whole. I'm done living in the past, so old. I deny all the silver and the gold for you to be by my side. There's no place I'd rather be than here with you, touching my hair, thinking of the things to be. I'm here with you, touching my hair. Counting stars with you, my beloved. My hair is rebellious. Crystals in the sand, my beloved. Abundant, so mysterious, divine. In a world so cold, love will make us bold. I'm done living in the past, so old. I deny all the silver and the gold for you to be by my side. There's no place I'd rather be than here with you, touching my hair, thinking of the things to be. I'm here with you, touching my hair. Take me to a place with no space or time, where all lovers shine. Oh, moonlight on my face as our lyrics rhyme. Leaving is a crime. There's no place I'd rather be than here with you, touching my hair, thinking of the things to be. I'm here with you, touching my hair.
Wow, wow, woo! And make you want somebody to touch your hair, huh?
Exactly. Which goes against what the average black woman would
That's right.
actually
Don't touch my
allow
hair. That's
to
right now.
happen. No,
Yeah,
not just
don't touch any
anyone.
black woman
No.
hair. And you know, what I love about that song is I love the concept of the song, and I love, you know, I did some research about you, you know, and I learned some things, you know, doing research. But just that song, it means a lot. And I mean, for me, from my standpoint, you know, hair is important. You know, I got a little bit of it getting ready to go. Is trying to leave me, but you know, I'm trying to hold on to it, Menoosha. I'm holding on to it, but hold it on, but right. Hold it on. You know, in one term, I'm gonna interject this question now because in researching you, I found some things, and I know a lot of times I go in the barber shop, I look horrible. See, the barber god here, his name is Mackie. That's my barber. His name Mackie. Yeah, you know, he can hook you up, tight razor line, everything. So you know, you go in the barbershop, sometimes you want to say hallelujah. But when I was on your page and I looked and I saw one of your friends and she said she's a hair evangelist, I said, wow.
Next level.
Next level, right?
That is next level. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, she is really a hair evangelist. She takes it spiritually. It's spiritual to her. Right.
I got to get the hair evangelist on this show. You tell the hair evangelist I said I'm gonna get her on this show, but this is about Menoosha today. Man. I'm just, you know, let me get back to my interview mode. Menoosha, what was it like hearing yourself on the radio for the first time?
It was absolutely how do I say? You move through this industry. You know how it is. It's not an easy industry. It's very judgmental. It's very selective of who they put forward and who not. So I kind of moved in a way that somehow in my head, I'm like, I'm not even aiming at radio because I know I think radios wouldn't play me. That's how I thought at the time. And then that was 2017. And this friend called me and said, Menoosha, you're on the UK Soul Chart. I said, what, who, me? That can't be me. And I checked. He sent me the link and I saw that I'm on the UK Soul Chart. I did zero promotion, nothing at all. One DJ picked up one of my songs and it just went around. And that's how I wound up on the charts. So it was just like, you know, why did I really shut myself to thinking that it would be possible, even if it's just independent radios? It's radio, it means there's interest. So it was like healing from a misconception that shut me down for too long. So that's how I lived it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so, you know, I think my next question, you have Satellite Brown Chick. That was your first album in 2010. What motivated that album title, Satellite Brown Chick?
Well, we did an album. We didn't even have a concept of style or whatever. We just threw things all together, lyrics all together, music styles. You see that it's a mix of so many things, and we just wanted it that way. And we wanted the title to reflect that mishmash. Satellite Brown Chick. I'm brown. I'm a satellite. So anywhere, wherever you are, you can connect to my vibes.
Just an amalgam of funk, right? Amalgam of soul coming together. All right. That's just like your collard greens. You got the collard greens in the pot. You put the right meat in, you know. Yeah, you get everything, all your flavors going. All right. All right. And so when was your big break in the music industry, Menoosha?
Big break. You know, that's something that is very subjective. For me, my personal break was already when I was 8. I had started in that children's choir that my auntie put us through, and we had the pleasure to to open for a concert where Stevie Wonder and Kool and the Gang were
Oh,
invited. That was in 1988.
yeah.
And I never forget that. The first lady at the time organized that concert, and she wanted top-notch act. So she invited those two acts, and they told her about our group, and we opened. So just imagine looking at these people that you only see on TV, and you're from a West African country, you know. I I thought I made it. I knew I made it. My 8-year-old self knew I made it. So that's it. Yeah.
My good friend Leander Palmer sending I can't get the word out. Let's re-roll that tape again, Bob, and let's try that word again. Yeah, my friend Leander Palmer says very good song. He just heard your song on the show and he said very good song. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that song is off the chain. So we getting ready. Yeah, we getting ready to blow you up in the United States now because they need some minutia. They need some minutia in the United States. That's what they need. They absolutely need some minutia. And so now your second album airs, About My Hair. Well, your second album, it doesn't air. Second album airs, About My Hair. Metaphorically gives black hair flavor. It was inspired from actual hair loss as a result of tragedies and mistreatment because of the way you chose to wear your hair. What were some of those obstacles you faced from your choice of hairstyles? And you don't have to call any names now because, you know, we don't snitch. You know, so yeah,
thank God you don't snitch.
Yeah, we don't snitch. We don't snitch on here. We don't snitch. Yeah, but what are some of the obstacles you faced because of your hairstyle?
Crazy. For example, I've had in the corporate world that is absolutely typical where I would wear my hair the way it is. I wasn't forbidden to do so. It's just that there was one day I think I was having a very bad hair day and I wore a wig. So I showed up at work with a wig. Everybody complimented me like, "You look so good. You look way better than your own hair." I was like, am I supposed to take that as a compliment? You know, stuff like that. Or that's kind of like that's actually laughable experience. What actually really did touch me was before a gig, I'm getting ready in my dressing room. The client comes in, a lady, and she sees me without a wig, and she's like, "I hope you're putting a wig on." And I'm just thinking, wow, it goes that far. And I have so many other singer friends with my same hair texture that are actually asked to cover it, that were actually asked to cover it. So, you know, things like that. And also, that may come from, you know, as a comment from the Western world, but when it comes from your own, like I remember this hairstylist that was braiding my hair to fit in a wig because we're doing a Queens of Soul kind of not Queens of Soul, but let's say a Diana Ross kind of show, and Supremes kind of show. So he's braiding my hair and he's like, "Can't you relax? This hair is slicing my fingers." I'm like, oh my God, coming from you, you know. So yeah, it's things like those that gave me material. That just simply gave me material to write about, and gave me stuff to reflect about how much self-rejection are we actually going to allow ourselves to go through, and you know, for how deep, how long, isn't it time to, you know, really start embracing? And I'm not against wigs. I love wigs, but the constraint part of wearing a wig in order to access to certain circles, that's what I don't want to mess with anymore.
Absolutely. You know? I don't blame you. I think your hair is awesome. Yeah, I think it's powerful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Powerful. That's right. I think it is. And it's sad, but it's true. But yeah, when I read that, I was like, wow. Yeah. So your song "Free" is an anthem, freedom, reiterating cultural expression, basically that a woman of color should have a right to wear her hair any way she likes. I learned about the Crown Act, researching you, And do you believe in some social? Do you still believe in some social circles and corporate circles, cornrows, dreadlocks, and afros can be a disqualifier? I'm not gonna make you answer that question because you just finished answering that question. You know, it sounds good.
It still is.
But it still is though, right? Yeah, absolutely. So my next question is when speaking of your song Free, you said free embodies how I feel about wearing my hair, no matter what I choose to do with it and where I am. It takes nothing away from my power, my identity, and my freedom. So now my question is, from your experiences growing up in Abidjan's Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Abidjan's Ivory Coast, living in London and or France rather, and interfacing with the United States, what would you say is the importance for a woman of color to express her identity?
It is absolutely important for us to really put our feet down, put our hands down, and really impose how we want to wear our hair, because we're paving a certain way for our daughters, our nieces, the next generations. We don't want them to become adults in a world where certain jobs are turned down because of choice of hair. I really don't want that for my children. I have a second daughter for whom she's so tender-headed. Any touching her hair is just a horrible experience. So at some point I was like, and it had a lot of knots naturally. So I just thought, I'll just let it do what it does, let it lock, and she has dreadlocks. And if that is what she chooses to wear as an adult, I do not want her to become an adult in a world where her choice of hair, because she's tender-headed, because she's so sensitive, comes in the way of what she really wants to contribute to the world with. So that's why I think it's really important to make a statement now, and it's already happening. I'm really happy we're living in times where more and more Black women will actually combine a business suit with braids, with natural hair, with the unconventional hairstyles, provided it looks healthy and clean. So yeah, what is happening, the revolution that is happening right now is very important. We need that. We really do.
Awesome. So now we're gonna play a clip from this awesome hair cipher. If you guys are ready, all my hip hop head friends out there, let me tell you, this hair cipher clip is fire. That's right, it's fire, absolute fire. We're gonna play this clip. You guys check it out. Menoosha.
Welcome to the first ever hair cipher featuring melanated bars by Danielle, Kella, and Lyrical.
In North Kakalaki, your hair is your glory, but only if you fit the narration of your story. Too curly to be straight, but not nappy enough. When image is everything, then life can be kinda tough. They never wanted me to find out who I be, but then I locked it up and felt my spirit fly free. They said you'll never get a job with your natural hair, but I performed for presidents and I didn't see you there.
Si je veux raconter mes cheveux, je dois commencer jeune. En parlant des frisages et tresses, mais je ne veux pas y penser. Forcé de me coiffer, sentir tirer ma tête de tous côtés. Mal au crâne, c'est trop serré, cheveux brûlés et trop cassés. J'ai tout coupé à dos, j'y mettais toutes sortes de couleurs. Me les approprier, attacher toutes sortes de foulards. Les druides sur ma tête sont bien les fruits de ma quête spirituelle. Retour au naturel et aux ancêtres, ouais.
We're keeping it rolling in the hair cycle, deep in the feeling. Won't you tell me a story about your hair connection now? Hair connection now. Skin complexion now. Skin complexion now. Deep in the feeling in the hair cycle.
Chevelure d'ébène, j'allais danser belle. Les bémols de la vie et les peines me les enlève. Par son thème, par son thème, par son thème.
So let me break down the molecular structure, functional connection. Crown on my
head and celestial direction. Threaded beads and braids, freedom maps for slaves. Single, married or queen, patterns all differentiate. Hand skills, never chilled, so we celebrate. Stories past, everlasting, deep like DNA. Ancestors invested in my future guides. Even in the head wrap magic and pride wrapped up inside, that's why.
We're keeping it rolling in the hillside, deep in the feeling. Won't you tell me a story about your head connection now? Head connection now. Skin complexion now. Skin complexion now. Deep in the feeling in the hillside. Tell your story, your song. Tell your story, your song. Sing your rhapsody all day long. It's your crown, nothing wrong. It's your crown, nothing wrong. Keep this hair cipher going strong. H-A-I-R cipher. We're keeping it rolling. We're keeping it rolling. Hair cipher, deep in the feeling. Going deep in the feeling. Won't you tell me a story about your hair connection now? Hair connection now. Skin complexion now. Skin complexion now. Deep in the feeling. Oh, we're keeping it rolling. We're keeping it rolling. Hair cipher, deep in the feeling. Going deep in the feeling. Won't you tell me a story about your hair connection now? Hair connection now. Skin complexion now. Skin complexion now. Deep in the feeling. In the hair cipher.
You see the kind of people I have to deal with. You see what Leanne DePalma said? He said after that video about her,
I burst out laughing.
he's moving the air.
Come on,
That guy, man. Oh no. That guy is something else. He got me started with podcast.
oh my God.
He's hilarious. He's hilarious. And let me also say, I got on my Cheryl Cooley Climax shirt. Bam, 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 bam. I had Cheryl. You like Climax? I had Cheryl Cooley on here. I tell you, people calling me on the phone. I tell you what, call you on the phone. I'm on podcast. You know, hey, I told you, you didn't get back and touching me. You know, I got Menoosha, man. I'm in a Menoosha. Come on, Menoosha. The hair cipher. You got to excuse me. I get a little crazy sometimes. Menoosha, that hair cipher.
Please be yourself.
Be myself, right? That's right. Be
Yes.
myself. Well, I feel good. I might move out there too. I could be myself.
Right.
You have to meet Cheryl Cooley. I'm gonna have a show with you and Cheryl Cooley from Climax on it. I'm gonna definitely do that because you two need to meet. Absolutely, it's absolutely. But you might collaborate on some music. You know what I'm saying?
Right, who knows?
Hey, Climax. You remember Climax? The men all pause. But let me stop trying to be a producer, super producer, and get back to my job. Podcast. And so Menoosha, as I was saying, the clip is so hot. You know, I love the song. What gave you guys the idea to get together and make that song?
So I really enjoyed I've been for so many years. I've been a fan of Erykah Badu for too many years anyway. And I saw her Soul Cypher at one BET Awards edition. And that was like, okay. Because we're used to the idea of a cypher only done by rappers, right? And then she comes up with a soul cypher where she has a mix of singers. So I thought, about hair, definitely. Yeah. So so I called my friends and they're all singers and rappers. I told them, you know what? You choose what you want to do. If you want to rhyme, rhyme. If you want to sing, sing. Let's just tell our stories in that track, and then we get it going.
Absolutely. I love that song. I love that song, and it just had that flavor, and it was funky. And I thought about it. Took me back, made me think I was cool again. Back in the old days. Yeah, made me feel cool again. I was like, yeah, what I'm saying, cool again. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, kid.
Back to
You know
that.
back to that. It took me all the way back to that, but I did love the flavor. I like the writing in that song, and absolutely the lyrics, of course, off the chain. So, Menoosha, the question that I want to ask you now is, what would you say to any woman of color self-conscious about her hair?
I'll tell her exactly what I said to my first daughter when she came home crying. She was 9 at the time. She came home crying because she was told her skin was covered with poop and her hair is like a bunch of flies on her head. That's what she was told. So she was feeling so bad about herself. She actually wished she was Hannah Montana. I thought, oh my God, let me be creative about this. Let me do some brainwashing in the other direction. And I told her, look, these people don't know that your hair, your natural hair, defies gravity. Tell me what population in this earth has hair that grows upwards and
Come on,
defies gravity?
come
Okay?
on.
And that hair, that same hair, because it defies gravity, that's something I made up and made her feel good. I
Yeah,
said, your hair talks to the sun. She was like, oh yeah,
you about to make
yeah,
amen. Go ahead, preacher.
right. And exactly that statement, I mean, that I just came up with it, but that actually inspired one of the songs in the album called Talking to the Sun. My hair up above, talking to the sun. So that's the idea.
That's an awesome analogy. I'm gonna remember that. I remember that. So when people say, "Hey,
Yeah.
how come you missing some hair in the middle?" I'd be like, "Listen, the rest of it talking to the sun. The other
Right.
one ain't got nothing to say to the sun."
Yes. Oh yes.
What do you want? What do you want your legacy to be that you've left to music? I ain't trying to kill you now. We wishing you 80, we wishing you to be an old lady and come back on my show
Oh yes.
at
I
79
you
years
know
old.
I will even quote Steve Harvey on this. He said he wants to be over 100 cussing.
That's right.
Well, let's leave the cussing. I don't want to be cussing, but I definitely want to grow old to be a feisty old lady that
That's
does
right.
not have any break on her mouth.
Go ahead. That's right. That's right.
Right. Yeah. So, legacy. I definitely want my the music that I did. I don't want to call it my music because it's not mine. It came through me. It's for other people, that connect to it. So my greatest wish is that the music that I create with other people that I work with contributes in someone's healing. That is my supreme goal of making music. That it's the healing part that I'm really interested in. If I was able to just do that for one person, I think my mission on earth is kind of 90% accomplished. If it does so for 100 or more, that's even best. So better. So that's my primary objective to making music.
That's beautiful. Thank you, ma'am. And my last question, I didn't know we'd be finished so quick, but you're so easy to talk to. And I mean, yeah, you like my cousin too. So I call Cheryl Cooley cousin Cheryl Cooley, and I know her friends always say, "Who that man is? They ain't in your family tree." And I know my cousins say, "She ain't never been in our stuff." And now they'll say, "How Menoosha get to be his cousin? She all the way in London. We ain't got no family in London." Then somebody say, "We got family in London. I'm going to see them."
Yes.
But yeah, I feel the vibe. Says you get me fired up. But Menoosha, the question I want to ask you, the last question I have is, on your journey, in music, what in music and life, what would you say is your personal truth?
My personal truth is that I, throughout so many experiences, throughout so many tragedies, crazy circumstances, trials and tribulations, I and a troubled, search of who I am, I finally discovered that although I'm a work in progress, I'm somehow complete. I'm complete enough to be able to contribute to someone's healing. I could be hurting, I could be handicapped emotionally, and still be a vessel for someone's healing if I allow it. So that's kind of my personal truth.
Awesome. That is
Mm.
awesome. That is awesome. We so thankful that you took time out of your busy night, and it's night over there, because she's in London. Yeah, she's in London. It's the afternoon here, but it's night in London. I just appreciate you taking time out of your busy night, coming on our show, giving us all this wisdom, letting us go over those clips, and Facebook and YouTube. I have her permission. This is the lady that wrote the music, so don't jack me up next week when I try to upload this. But yeah, that's right. I got her permission. So we're thankful. You can follow Menoosha. You can follow her on Facebook at Menoosha Music, on Twitter at Menoosha Sungi. Sasungi. I need to learn. Yeah. Sasungi, I'm sorry. Menoosha Sasungi, and that's Susungi. You can also follow her on Instagram at Menoosha Sasungi, and on YouTube at Menoosha Music. Her website, and I ain't gonna say all this. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do right here. Because we're a little bit more advanced now. We're a little bit
all
more
right now.
Yeah.
Hey.
Absolutely now. Yeah. Let me go ahead and just create a banner and run it across the banner here. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. I'll run it across the banner real quick. All right, we're running across right now exactly where you can reach out to Menoosha. Her music is just awesome. I just love your music, and I love what you're doing, sister. And keep on doing what you're doing. And also, I'm gonna definitely have this up when I do run the show. This is gonna be up on the webpage also for those of you that don't get a chance to get all this down. But go out and get your album, man. Airs About Hair. That Airs About Hair is serious business. It's serious business. Go get that Airs About Hair. Bump it out your stocking stuffer. It's the stocking stuffer for this Christmas. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Sister Menoosha, thank you so much. Thank you for your spirit. Thank you for coming on our show. Until next time, we're going to have you back on our show now. Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so glad to come back. I really enjoy your energy and your kindness, and just I feel at home with you.
You're home. We're cousins. We're family. We're so when y'all having Christmas dinner, and your mom said, "Who is that?" And you see me outside, see the glasses, you be like, "That's Cousin Cornell from the United States."
Cousin Cornell has come over.
Cousin Cornell has come over. That's right. Yeah. Absolutely. We're gonna laugh all day too. That's right. I'm bringing all that's right. I'm bringing all the jokes. But until next time, my dear, God bless, Godspeed. Have a Merry Christmas, and thank all of you for joining in with us today. Thank Leander Palmer. And Leander, don't move to London now. Don't move to London by yourself, Leander. You guys have a wonderful day.
Preparation.
Preparation. Go ahead. Don't get me started now. Don't get me started now. We have you here for another. Hey, I'll get you on the right show now. Absolutely. We love your music, Menoosha. God bless you.
Thank you very much for the love. I send back love and blessings to you. Grow with your show, and I'd be so happy to be back.
Awesome. You heard that? That's from a London TV star, London radio star right there said that about me. Somebody gonna say he paid her to say it. I know you my cousin now.
Right.
Somebody
Cousin Cornell.
Hey, Cousin Menoosha. Hey.
Right. Oh, this is so great.
Thank you, everybody, for joining in.